Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm a spirit, soul, body, wholeness and fullness health coach, life coach, author, speaker, but most importantly, I'm head over heels in love with Jesus. I'm passionate about helping people live a healthier, more purposeful life, and I do that by offering choose life choices. So if you're interested in going deeper in your intimacy with the Lord, spirit, soul, body, wholeness, and fullness, or even just the simple choose life choices, the small tweaks that I offer to position yourself to receive more of God's blessings, then consider subscribing to this channel or following along to the blog, because that's what I talk about. That's what I offer in the videos. So in today's video, I have a choose life choice for your soul. And we know that in order to have spirit, soul, body, wholeness, and fullness, we must have integration. So we can't just make this great choice for our soul without implementing the spirit. So God's spirit in connection with our soul, in connection with our body, that's how we live integrated, thus receiving a transformation and thus seeing a reformation in our outer world. And so our verse for the day is actually going to be two. It's Joshua 1:8, as well as Matthew 7, verses 24 and 25. And Joshua 1:8 is, do not depart from the law, meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it, so your life is prosperous and successful. So that's actually how I memorized it. But I feel like this version is I like it. It says, keep this book of the law always on your lips. I love that. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it, and then your life will be prosperous and successful. And then the other verse, Matthew 7, verses 24 and 25. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew, and it beat against the house. Yet it did not fall, because its foundation was on the rock. So obviously that is Jesus. It's not an actor. It is Jesus, and he is the rock. He is solid. We can count on him. He is faithful, and his words are the strength that we'll experience no matter the winds and waves that are going to come. And they are going to come. He told us in John, he says, my peace I give you, do not lose heart. I am an overcomer. You'll be an overcomer too. But yes, you will receive trouble. You will receive hardship. That's part of living on this earth. But in order to navigate as an overcomer, in order to navigate strong with tenacity, endurance, perseverance, unshakable, undaunted through it all, your life must be built on his word. And so I want to just share that we want the interior life. We want our inner life, ourselves, to be stronger than whatever we're up against in the exterior and the winds and waves out here. And so my choose life choice, my offer to you is just a nudge of spending more time with the Lord, spending more time in oneness and intimacy. And that can look like just in his word and just enjoying it and falling more in love with him in the written word. That can look like prayer time, more extended time focused on prayer, waiting. And I will just say this about prayer time here recently. That's actually how I've expanded more of my intimacy with him. And I did that I did that in the way with my family. I just told my three daughters, I'm like, okay, guys, this is the time I wake up for just in time with the Lord in prayer. And this is how I in my day after I've tucked you in. And I just want you to know that you guys are welcome in those spaces. And they were on spring break recently. And I said, and we kind of have spring break and Christmas break and summertime. And we have a different bedtime schedule. And I said, I'm still keeping my time as far as pressing into the Lord in the evening. So everything is shut off except for you can go to bed or you can hang out here with me in the living room. I do it in the living room. And they just decided to just step into that invitation. And it has been so sweet. And then, of course, in the morning, I said, you guys are invited into that place in the morning. You'll have to get up early, but you're invited into it. And so they didn't really take me up on that offer as much. I ended up waiting for them as they woke up. I let them sleep in, of course. And as they woke up, then we had time in the morning with them, or I had time in the morning with them. But in the evening, they did come. And immediately there was a shift. They were starting to see a shift in they were like, wow, Mom, things are happening. Things are moving. And it's like, yes, where two or three come together, there is power in that. And so I've expanded my prayer time by just inviting them into it. Still was doing the exact same thing. I just invited others into that space, and that's how it increased. And so, yes, the interior life in me increased greater than the exterior, greater than what we're up against in our days and what was happening in our life, just by inviting other people to pray with me. And they were loving it. They were enjoying it. And so we have stayed with it, which has been my dream. I wouldn't even say it just came to me. It was just the Lord saying, just invite them in while they're going to bed later because it's spring break and it's already been so fruitful. But I will say that I want the winds and waves are coming. I feel like every day I'm getting almost a crisis conversation, a crisis call about something that's going on in someone's story in order to live undaunted, in order to live unshakable, in order to live as an overcomer, the oneness, the intimacy, the oneing, the communion, the co-union, the saturation of God's spirit, one with your spirit, overflowing into your soul, overflowing into your body, overflowing into your external world. That must happen from that place of intimacy because you can't release into this outer world. This is your outside world now. You can't release into the outer world what you're not experiencing in your inner world. Another way to say it is you can't release on earth what you're not encountering in heaven. And so yes, this realm, this your spirit one with God's spirit, it is a divine, it's not in the natural, it's supernatural, it's heavenly. It's not even confined to just your body, even. It's your God's spirit is limitless. Your spirit is limitless. And so just increasing and expanding that intimacy with him, or causing Jesus to become more than just a quiet time in the morning or more than just once a week. And whether that's with other people, extended time, whatever that means, I just want to encourage you, champion you to make that tweak, make that choose life choice of more of him, whatever that looks like, more of his word, more time in worship, more time in prayer, more time in that oneness, oneing. For Mary, it was more time at his feet and adoring him. And again, that connection, the emotional connection with him. And so that's ultimately what I'm saying to you. Have an increased emotional connection with him for a longer period of time, the deeper places in your heart, caverns in your heart, give it to him. And so that's the choose life choice for your soul, your mind, will, emotions that I'm offering today. We know that we do not eat off the modern day tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because there is a way that seems right to a man, but it leads to death. So is eating off that tree, it leads to death. Instead, we will eat off a person. His name is Jesus. John 14:6, he's the way, the truth, and the life. We eat off the modern day tree of life. And by doing so, we experience the abundance, the fullness, the Zoe life offer that Jesus came to bring us, that he talks about in John 10:10. All right, I love you, and I look forward to our next time together. Talk to you soon.